Hello folks, my name's David Edgar, I'm the host of Heart and Hand, the Rangers podcast, and I'm joining you today after Rangers kicked off our league season with a 0-0 draw against Hearts in Gers. And, well, it was nothing that we didn't already know. Rangers lack quality in a number of positions. It'll need to be rectified by the end of the window. So far, it hasn't been, and that is why we started with just one new signing today. And it's why the problems that we witnessed last season, we witnessed again today. There's no surprise there. If you keep doing the same thing, you keep getting the same results. Only Connor Barron of the summer arrivals started. International clearance hadn't come through for Robin Proper yet, although Václav Černý started on the bench. And I thought Hearts started pretty well. They were very much in the mood for it. They were going for it. They played Vargas up front with Lawrence Shankland in behind as a 10, and either side of him he had Barry Mackay and Jan Danda, and they were causing Rangers a lot of problems. Rangers went with the central defensive partnership of John Souttar and Ben Davies, and we can't do that. It doesn't work. Neither of those guys are what you would call a defensive leader. They need someone there next to them who has that strong presence, and I don't think it's any coincidence that when Davies was taken off, deservedly so, he'd been absolutely ragdolled, I thought, by Vargas. Souttar improved, having Leon Balogun next to him. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. I don't know if they don't have confidence in each other or whatever it is. I just don't think Davies is suited to Scottish football, full stop. I think in games like this, with the physicality of it, it can pass him by. And Rangers were struggling to get going. Early on, James Tavernier, who, again, looked off it, he let the Hearts fullback Penrice run off him. A good save by Jack Butland. Danda then hits the bar for Hearts, takes a slight deflection on the way up, and they had a shout for a penalty when the ball hit Connor Barron, one of those sliding, and he has his arm up like that. Now, it was explained on the commentary that you may have seen through the week that Willie Collum, the new head of referees, has said that there's going to be a much higher level before a handball penalty is given. So I think, we would all agree, but I was pretty relieved. Seen them given, let's put it that way. At the other end, the Dessers dilemma was showing. Rangers did make some chances. First of all, he times a run perfectly, absolutely perfectly, to get in behind the Hearts defence, takes a long pass out of the air with a beautiful touch, flips back inside, but then tries to lob the on-rushing Zander Clark, and it goes over the bar when just a wee stab with the studs might have been the better option. And a few minutes later, he has another opportunity. And again, it's a brilliant first touch, and he chops inside, but then lashes it straight at the goalkeeper. The other good Rangers chance came from Connor Barron, who smashed a low shot, which was a good save by Zander Clark. It bounced in front of him. Good effort from Barron. Barron was impressive, and he has been impressive throughout the pre-season. He's a guy that brings much needed energy into the side, but we need other guys who are doing that as well. Half time then came in, and Rangers did improve in the second half, certainly for the first 25 minutes of it. Rangers were the better side. Very unlucky, but terrific ball from Tom Lawrence, crossed into the box, and Dessers got the header on it, and it hit the post, the bar, then the post, and then came out. And it may have just taken a slight deflection off Kyle Rolls as the header went in. Tom Lawrence has had a fantastic effort as well, a dipping volley from the edge of the box, another good save by Clark. Tom Lawrence is a good player so long as he doesn't need to run. If you can get the ball to him in and around the opposition box, he can deliver things like this, moments of quality. What he doesn't have are the physical attributes to go constantly for 90 minutes. Hearts came back into it towards the end with a couple of half chances. But in the end, a draw was probably, if you were looking at it from a neutral point of view, probably a fair result. Both sides had chances and neither could force that breakthrough. From a Rangers point of view, I think that we've discussed it ad nauseum all summer. We know the issues. The defence lacks a leader. Hopefully that's proper. The midfield were short of bodies and were short of quality, and there Diamande didn't have his best game at all today, although Barron has looked promising, and him and Diamande have shown flickers of a good partnership. It's up front. Now we've got Černý to come in. Hopefully he can add a bit of something, but the players that we've got up there are just not the level that I think you need to move on and actually complete a league title challenge and go on and win it. I also think that we lack shape. at the moment. I think that there's still too much reliance on individuals to do something rather than patterns of play. Early on in this match, we were going long. Now, I have no objection at all to a side going long if they're good at it, but Rangers aren't. Dessers doesn't win headers and he doesn't hold the ball up particularly well. That's not his game. So you can't play that way. You've got to adapt your game to the players that you have. So, yeah, could have been worse, I suppose. But when that's the best thing you're saying coming out of a match, that's not a particular positive. And I think now that the focus, is on the manager, because you want to see a team delivering a lot more in terms of its own identity and its own style. I don't doubt for a second, by the way, that when we get to the 1st of September, we'll have a better squad than we currently have now. Players will go out and players will come in. I really, believe that. But what kind of position are we going to be in by then? So it is game to game at the moment. We now have to go and take on Dynamo Kiev, and that is not going to be easy, to put it mildly. And if we defend the way we defended in the first half, the tie will be over by half time. But hopefully Proper can come in and steady it up. But it's Rangers, isn't it? Buckle up. It's never straightforward. Right, thanks for listening to me, folks. I'll be back on Tuesday night after the first leg. Until then, please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.